depicted on the 10th canto.
Yes.
9 cantos are devoted to understand Krishna.
Yes.
So without understanding Krishna, if one tries to read the life and pastimes of Krishna, it may be misleading.
Yes, yes. I think somewhere it said...
Therefore Bhagavad begins, the Janmadasya Jata. What is the origin, source of creation? Not abruptly Krishna.
Yes, yes.
Then, after developing all such knowledge, one can understand what is Krishna.
So when the Krishna, the consciousness.
But in the spiritual world, there are activities like that.
Yes.
The material world is only perverted reflection of these activities of the spiritual world.
So when you
perverted reflection. It is reflection, but perverted. Therefore, it is difficult.
So when the insight is there, you see the truth.
Basic principle.
Understand.
That Krishna loved the gopis. Gopis were young girls. Krishna was young boy. But the same love between young boy and girl here is lust.
Yes.
That's what it is called.
Yes. Yes.
The reflection is there. But it is not love. It is lust.
Yes. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
Yes. So it's using our experiences and refining them and distilling them and showing what the true value of these experiences is. The true meaning of them.
In a gopis' love with Krishna, there is no lust. That is the difference.
Reverence, isn't it?
Here,
reverence for him.
The so-called love is lust only. It is going on in the name of love. Actually, it is not love. And because it is not love, therefore, such kind of love does not continue very long. It breaks.
Yes.
But we don't find in the history of spiritual world the love between the gopis and Krishna broke at any time.
No.
Yeah, that is the
yes. Yes. Whereas 1 in 3 of the Western marriages, so they say, is destined to break.
Yeah.
1 in 3. That's what they say now. 1 in 3. The latest.
The same thing is there.
Figures.
But they are dragging this lusty affair to Krishna. Generally, the rascal, they paint Krishna's picture with gopis so that their lusty activities may be supported. But Krishna also had that.
Yeah.
This is misunderstanding. They do not take into calculation. Here, the so-called love is lust, and it breaks. But in the gopis' love with Krishna, there is no breaking, but increasing of love. So how they can compare Krishna's love with gopis with this lusty affair?
I must admit, I'd read far enough on to see that, and I think this is...
When we make analogy, the points of similarity must be there.
Yes.
But these rascals are so dull-headed that they have no even logical arguments. So where are the points of similarity? That we are comparing these lusty affairs of this material world with the affairs of Krishna and Gopi. Where is the similarity?
There's never mention of lust or of any animal desire at all, is there?
No.
It's just reverence and
just like
love.
Krishna is to dance with so many gopis, everything is described there, that they embraced, they kissed, but there is no such thing about sex or hand contraceptive.
That's right.
These things are to be studied. How we can compare gopis' love with Krishna with these lusty affairs of this material world?
Can't be done. Another question that raised itself, you'll see in the paper, in fact, was the little mention in one of the books that I was reading, not from Krishna Consciousness Movement, just to get a bit of background, on Lord Chaitanya, and it seems to have been...
Krishna Consciousness Movement is already there in the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Described.
If you like, the later manifestation, isn't it?
We are simply trying to present them, that's all. It is not.
Yes.
We have manufactured something. No. There is no question of concoction and manufacture.
No. It's passing on what has already been there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's already there.
A lot of
When we
these
speak
people.
of Krishna, Krishna is already there. When we speak of Vrindavan, Vrindavan is already there. It is not that we are manufacture some picture,
No.
imagination, no. They take it like that. The rascals take it like that.
Yes.
There is a kind of imagination of the poet. The Mayavadi philosopher also take like that. But that's not the fact. It is actually presentation of the spiritual facts. And as the spiritual activities are quite different from material activities, they misunderstand. They misunderstand.
Yes. It's one of the interesting features of this little bit about Lord Chaitanya was in fact that he claimed him to be pathological. You know the manifestations, obviously, of Krishna consciousness and kirtan and so on. There seems to be this, obviously, you would regard as a scurrilous or a wrong-headed or dull-headed field of people who regard his manifestations of God consciousness as verging on madness or temporary madness. What would you say about that? Or obviously you'd reject it.
When a man is himself mad, he'll find others mad.
Yes, true. Yes, he sees a reflection of himself.
If one is himself dead, he will think others are dead. So, apavat varnati jagat. Everyone thinks the whole world is like him.
Yes.
Therefore they think Krishna is like him.
Yes.
Avajananti manga mudha manusim tanumas. That is condemned in the Bhagavad Gita. That these rascals, because I come in human form to benefit them, they take me as human being. That is mentioned, but these things are taken like that by the mudhas. Mudhas means rascals.
Yes.
Asses.
So really they're just talking, as you say, from within their own experience.
Yeah.
They're being lacking in imagination, really, because they can't imagine what happens when God possesses a man.
Because Krishna is lifting the Govardhan hill, they are thinking this is imagination.
Yes.
But if actual Krishna is God, is it very difficult for him to lift the mountain? He is floating so many heavy planets in the air.
It's easy for him.
So, the weightlessness, if Krishna can make weightless so many heavy planets, is it very difficult for him to make the Govardhan hill weightless?
Not at all.
So these things have to be understood.
So once again you'd say that this
Therefore in the Bhagavad Gita it is clearly said, Bhaktyam avijana. Simply through devotional service, one can understand.
Yes.
Others will misunderstand.
Yes, one doesn't become concerned with these, what really are the superficials of an inner state. If you accept and appreciate the validity of bhakti.
What is this? Oh.
Once again, many thanks for your
Thank you.
tremendous cooperation. As I say, I hope it won't put you to too much work. Obviously, some of these things have already been met. You know, to a certain extent, we've done some of the work already, haven't we?
So some of our students may read. If it is presented, if it is misrepresented, then it is useless to publish.
I don't want that to happen, you see.
Yeah.
This is why I'm so anxious that at every stage
So
it
you
be
read
seen.
it.
Yeah. Will you?
And find
Sure.
out.
Sure. That would be... I've said to the publishers, as far as I'm concerned, they've given me a date at the end of September, but I've said if the people in the Krishna consciousness movement do not accept what I've put forward as a representative view of their own, then the date's going to go back. I've said that.
Yeah.
So that's an accepted idea.
Hare Krishna.